What's up you guys? Today we're going to be shooting again another video. Going to be a bit of a twist compared to what we did last time. We're going to be teaming up with Maserati and I'm going to be test driving the all-new 2020 Maserati Ghibli, which I'm pretty excited about because I don't think I have. I've never driven a Maserati before, so this is something new for me. Certainly within the luxury sedan segment of the market, so I'm pretty excited about that. In fact, we're going to leave fairly shortly to go and pick up the car. But we're also going to have a bit of a tour around Bahrain, and we're going to go to some places that I've never actually been to before. I'm just having a little look up now and sort of planning the day. I think we're going to start with going to the Tree of Life, which I hate to admit, I've never actually been to the Tree of Life. We're also going to go to Bahrain, which I believe translates to the Gate of Bahrain. We're going to go to the Bahrain Fort, which actually is just very close by to the office, which is just behind this building here, and sort of check that place out. Again, it's a place I've never been to. And we're going to go to the Grand Mosque, which is a beautiful building. And we're going to go to these places whilst driving around in the Maserati so I can give my thoughts on the car and have a bit of fun. As I said, I've never actually driven a Maserati before, so very sort of flashy. I think the thing that always comes to mind with Maserati is the noise they make. How they look, they're quite understated, and they make a roar of sound. Okay, I've got to be honest, I wish I was driving this car. This is the Levante. This is Maserati's SUV, and the colour is beautiful. It's like a matte. What is that, like a purple? Purple. A bluey sort of purple. That is beautiful. I'm here to pick up the Maserati, the Ghibli. Outside. I walked right past it. So I think this is the one we've got. I mean, first impressions is it's very stylish, very curvy, Italian elegance. Yeah? Yep. What's up, you guys? We are in the
600 meters, continue straight to stay on
Sorry, guys.
highway.
We are in the Maserati, the Ghibli, on our way to the Tree of Life, which, as I said, I've never been to before, so I'm a little bit excited about that. We're just stuck in a little bit of the old
straight to stay on Sheikh Jabir Al Sabah Highway.
I'm going to turn that off, guys, don't worry. Okay guys, we are here at the Tree of Life. This is actually one of the main tourist attractions of Bahrain. Apparently 65,000 people come here per year. I think what makes this tree so mysterious and why so many people come and visit and I guess question about it is the fact that it's the only tree of its kind in the area. Obviously in Bahrain we hardly get any rain. The tree itself is full of leaves and greenery, but there's hardly any water, so some people say that the roots go 50 meters down underground, so it reaches some sort of a water source that it feeds from. But some say that it extracts like moisture from the sand, but the sand doesn't look very moist. So how the hell it survived 400 years in such dry climates like this is mad. But let's face it, it's just a tree, huh? Really hot. We're like in the middle of nowhere. Thank God for AC. I don't know how so many years ago people from this part of the world, they lived without AC. Get in the car, man, you're gonna get hot. So I've had quite a bit of time with the car now. We've just been at the Tree of Life and we're now on our way to the next destination, which I think is the fort. So the name of the car is Ghibli, which is quite a sort of strange and not very Italian sounding word or name. The name Ghibli comes from a hot and dry southerly wind that I believe runs across North Africa, which I suppose relates itself and lends itself quite well to this sort of hot, stylish Italian car. Okay, so unfortunately we're at Bahrain Fort now and it's closed, and I would imagine that's because of the situation that the world is in. So yeah, I think that's going to have to wait for another day. We can go back and have a look. So we are on our way now after a failed attempt at Bahrain Fort. We're on our way to Al Souk. It's like a local traditional shopping place where you can get a lot of like local products, like food, although I think the restaurants will be closed at the moment because it is Ramadan. But it's a cool place, and it's one of the places that hasn't been, I think the term is gentrified, so it's still like very traditional. And this is one of the great things about Bahrain, because you know, you have all the modern, you know, skyline and the fancy buildings and all of that stuff, but then you've also got the old as well. That really is what sort of makes the culture of Bahrain so wonderful. And it's not like they're really far apart, it's like one's here, one's here. So it's like old and the new right next to each other. Really cool. So as you can see around here, whilst we're not walking around, we're driving through these narrow roads. There's all these sort of little local shops where you can get all your bits and pieces and haggle on price, which is always a bit of fun. So there's a lot of like tailoring shops, loads of tailoring shops, like jewellery shops, God, what else? Like local Arabian, Bahraini sweets. On our way to the final destination, the Grand Mosque, which you can just see in the distance over there. Okay guys, so what you're looking at is the Maserati Ghibli, which is equipped with a 3-litre twin-turbo V6, which kicks out 325 horsepower. I've just had, I would say, a good few hours to drive this car around the island, and I've got to say, I like how it feels to drive. I like how the car looks. I love its sort of curvy exterior. It looks very Italian. Maseratis are very sort of exclusive in their design. They sort of stand out from the rest, but as I say, they're very understated. And one thing I love about these cars is the sound that they make when you put the foot down, and you can really feel it in the car. Also, just want to take a minute to appreciate the calipers on the car. I love the fact that it's got their Maserati in their font written in white on the calipers, which is just about visible through the spokes, which I think is pretty cool. So on the inside of the car, I mean, overall I've got to say it's pretty comfortable. The seats are comfortable, they grip you in place. Obviously Italian leather seats, you can't go wrong. I also love the size of the infotainment screen system. It's a really decent size with a very clear display, easy to navigate as well and connect your iPhone and hook it up. And one thing that does sort of bug me a bit is when I'm in a car, I always like to have like an easy place where I can just sort of chuck my phone. I find it quite annoying when you sort of have to press these things, and you know, when I open this one, this is a cup holder, so you've got to sort of like awkwardly, you know, stand your phone. It's not going to like sit comfortably, or here there's not enough space to fit it in. That for me is a real bugbear. I always think with a car there should be a nice easy place that you can just flip your phone into. Also the steering wheel, I mean the steering wheel feels great, and I think when you get the higher trims it also comes with a heated steering wheel, which you absolutely will not need in this weather because it is frighteningly hot at the moment. but I feel the steering wheel just looks a little bit basic. Again, this car, it's entry level, but you're still looking at about $70,000 worth of car, so you would expect something that looks a little bit more glamorous. I'm loving the clock that they have here. Again, I think this is a standard thing for all cars, but it just looks really luxurious. I also love the controls, you know, it looks very clean. The design looks very clean, and obviously that they have the name of the car here, that's very cool. The gear stick shifter also looks nice. And I also love the amount of storage you have here. You know, plenty of space here just to stuff some extras. I know I talked about the phone earlier, that's not somewhere you want to store your phone, but plenty of space there to store all sorts of things. Okay guys, jumping into the back of the car. There is plenty of space. Obviously I've got long legs and this seat is pushed back, but for a normal person and the seat pushed forward, there's a lot of space. Really comfortable seats, they feel nice. It's the kind of car you'd want to sit in the back of and be driven around in. I love this divider in the middle with the cup holders, some good storage space as well. Looks smart. You've also got the Maserati logo embroidery in the seats, which looks really cool, and of course you've got your own isolated air conditioning system in the back as well, so you can keep the climate right in these hot temperatures. Okay guys, so we're here at the Grand Mosque. I've actually just learned that the Grand Mosque, which its official name is Al Fateh Mosque, is one of the largest mosques in the world. Not the largest, but one of the largest. Its size is 6,500 square feet, and I believe it can group up to 7,000 worshippers at one time. So that is pretty big. The Grand Mosque was built by the late Sheikh Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa, the previous ruler of Bahrain, in 1987. So it actually looks, I've got to say, like it was built just not that many years ago. So how they maintain this is extraordinary, because it looks like brand new. It doesn't look like something that was built in 1987. So the official name for this mosque, as I said, is Al Fateh Mosque, which I've just learned a bit of history, is named after somebody called Ahmed Al Fateh, who is known as the conqueror of Bahrain, who first came to, he was born in Kuwait but came to Bahrain, and I believe this was in the 18th century. So unfortunately guys, the mosque is closed today, or temporarily currently, because of the situation. So we're not actually able to go inside and have a look. Maybe that's a story for another day. But as I said, the thing is like massive. There is so much to look at just on the outside. So we're just going to take a walk around the building and have a look at it and its structure from the outside. Guys, just a gentle reminder, you really should subscribe to our new YouTube channel, Whatsup Arabia. Hit subscribe, hit like. And that is a wrap. Thank you Maserati Bahrain for letting us take this car for the day to drive it around the island and see some really cool places that I've not actually seen before. You know, I've been coming here for nearly 20 years and I've only just seen the Tree of Life. It is unfortunate that we didn't get to see the Bahrain Fort. That's something I was really looking forward to, and I've never even actually seen it from the outside, so we got quite close, and it's a lot bigger than I thought it was. So I think that's going to have to be a video for another time where we can go inside to the Bahrain Fort, but it's obviously closed for obvious reasons. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. The car, overall, I am impressed. I think mostly impressed with the performance of the car and how it feels to drive. It's stylish too. I just think if you are going to get the Ghibli, I think if you're going to go that far in terms of spending, I think why not go a little extra mile or two and get a better trim of the car. As I say, it does look very entry level, this car, which you don't, you know, if you're going to spend that much money, you want to feel happy with what you've got. Also, I think the other big question is this car, I believe the starting price is around $70,000. You know, if you're going to spend that much on a luxury sedan, there's a lot of competition out there. BMW, Audi, you know, they're knocking out some great products. So overall, I am impressed. Thank you again, Maserati. This has been a lot of fun. We've seen some really cool places. It's been a great collaboration, and we'll be coming up with another video very soon, so stay tuned, subscribe, hit the like button, it really helps with the YouTube algorithms, and see you on the other side.